Hello and greetings all. This is a new camera setup for me, so I'm not sure how this really works, or the feedback I'm getting from my microphone. But anyhow, a couple things. I'm calling this series called Pillow Talk. Yes, I'm dressed really casual, t-shirt, baggy pants. As one of the gals said the other day, it's like my MC Hammer pants. But this is a laid back session where I just want to really talk about life, right? Life and love, and what does that mean to many people out there. And people say, well, oh my gosh, love is such a big word, right? And how do you begin to tackle that when you talk about, yes, and I have my banana and my trusty iced tea, the two things that Source says I can have while I'm having my pillow talk with you guys, my intimate session. Anyways, a couple of things. So many people out there are talking about love, and relationships, and how do we find love, right? Where do we find it? Why isn't it here? Why don't I have it? Why isn't someone racing, knocking down my door to say, I love you, I love you, I love you? And last night, right? So this has been a crazy week. And yes, I'm gonna get a little closer to the camera. It's been a crazy week for me in a couple of ways. I won't chew with my mouth open, but I haven't had breakfast. And it's already late in the day. And I try not to eat a lot, just in general. I feel full. Remember I told you the other day when you're connected to Source, you always feel full? Well, I do, right? You eat to get energy, you eat to get substance. I meditate and talk to Source to get food, to get energy, right? That's the reason why I connect to him. Otherwise, why do I need Source? Right? I mean, think about it. If I was all things to all people and to myself, why would I need Source? I would be Source, and I'm not. So, interesting enough, we're talking about love, right? And I was almost slipped up and said, oh my gosh, I always preach. Forgive me for the dark lighting, but this is the mood I want to have when I talk my pillow talk. And I'm in my place of meditation, right? I got all my pillows around me. I got my beads, my radio, all those things, those items that bring comfort to me when I see them. But just so you know, when we talk about love, when you hear me talk about love, and I don't want to even say the word preach love, because I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything other than to do themselves. I am operating right now for the first time in my life at a vibrational level that I don't feel angry at people anymore. I don't wake up going, oh my gosh, I'm angry today. Well, oh my gosh, this person did this to me, cut me off today, or this person said something hurtful to me today, and now I'm agitated. When you think about love, I mean true love, and I told you the other day, right, and I've said this to several people, right? I said this the other day about my chart here, right? My chart where we talk about the skills of being unequally yoked in energy, right? That if I'm operating at an 8, and listen, I'm not saying I'm operating at an 8. I'm not saying anybody's operating at a 3. What I am saying is that in this journey, you're going to find yourself operating at varying levels, right? And remember, I used the analogy that nothing ever continues in a straight line. This is your energy. This is your energy line here. Nothing stays that way. Your energy goes like this. It oscillates, it modulates, it cycles, right? It cycles. And the point in time that your energy level no longer cycles, you realize no positive, no progressional movement forward. I have some key people that all they want to do, and they play what I call tarot roulette. Tarot roulette. You'll listen to 50 different tarot card readings, 10 different, 5 different, 4 different, hoping that someone's going to give you the answer that you're looking for in love and money. And I'm going to be the first person to tell you, tarot will not get you where you want to be. I don't care who you ask, who tells you what. I would no sooner lie to myself than I would lie to you about this. Cards, tarot cards, is merely a tool to convey energy that is supposed to be from source. Just like numerology, numbers, repeating numbers. The universe cannot, source cannot talk, and I told you this the other day, cannot talk in terms in which you understand. So therefore the use of numbers, numerology. Source will never be anything to you if you're not on a journey. I told you about last night, and I'll touch upon this, and we'll get into love and relationships. I had a premonition last night. Oh my gosh, my Libra family. We were my tribe, our tribe, the tribe, people who are ascending to source, ascending. That means going up to source. That's you and I. You and I are going to source. Excuse me for my shirt adjusting here. But you and I are on our way to source. When we start seeing, and the reason why I ask you today, if you see 111 and not 1111, is because, first of all, the likelihood of you ever seeing 111 is slim to none. I see 111 on likes, shares, time. 111 means at this part in time in my journey, I have awoken. I have awoken to the fact that source exists. Okay, sorry about that. My power shut off, and it's one of those things where there's a light switch that controls that particular outlet, only the top portion of it. Electricians. Well, that's so you can turn off lamps. I get the reason why. I just never know where they're at in the house. Rumor has it it's the one that's turned upside down. Well, when they built this place, all of them appear to be upside down. Maybe I gotta look for the one that's right side up. See? Different way of thinking. I could blame everybody for my issues. Right? Where was I? I was talking about this premonition I had last night. And they were all of us Libras in a dark place. It was space. I mean space as we know it, as we see it. It's dark, it's motionless, it's almost soundless. And they were all of us coming out of the darkness into this area of light. But there was an energy, energy pulling us down, holding on to us to keep us from going up, to keep us from reaching source. It was like walking through, and the thing that I kept saying to myself and saying to you guys without words, this is like quicksand. it keeps wanting to pull you under. The more you struggle, the more. And I kept telling and trying to share with everybody to free yourselves by letting go. Letting go. The second you let go of all this down here, thinking that I gotta have what the Joneses have next door, I gotta have the car, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. I hear people telling me every day, God, my life just sucks. When is it gonna get better? It'll never get better. The day you're not satisfied with what you have now, Source will never give you any more. There are people in this world, in this 3D, who live on dirt, who eat out of trash bins, who wear the same clothes every day with no shower for weeks on end, with their kids, with their husbands, their wives. Whole families live in homes or situations where there's nothing. There's roaches, there's bugs, there's infestation of disease and sickness. We ask ourselves every day, when is life going to get better? My heart's saddened by that. I don't judge anyone. I don't proclaim to do anything else. What I proclaim to have done for myself is to be gracious and thankful to Source. Take away my job. Take away my car. Take away everything that you need to, as long as I can get to you. That's what I want. That's where happiness is, and the pain ends. It's not killing yourself, and anybody that says, oh my gosh, well, why did I just kill myself and go to Source? I laugh at that, because the reason why I said look for 111 and not 1111, which is 4 ones, is because in order for you to get to the next level, you have to get and work through the process. Do you hear what I just said? You have to work through the process of each step. 111 is not the beginning. 0 is. Nothing. That's a tough sandwich to bite, right? I'm only at a 3. 7 more steps to go before I really achieve greatness in Source's eyes, right? After I've done all this work. This battle these demons. I use that word laughingly because there are no demons here. There's only us. Source allows us freedom of choice. I can choose to be an 8, a 9, a 10, or I could choose to be a 1 or a 0. Think about that for a second. I can choose to be a 10 or a 0. If I choose to be a 10, it doesn't mean I'm a 10 today, tomorrow, the next day. It means I've laid out a plan. I projected an energy field that surrounds me, that puts a number on the outside of my shell, my skin, which is now starting to get goosebumps. And I'm wearing a tank top because it's hot. It's in Arizona. But I get connected to Source and I get cold. Freezing cold. Not because that's a bad thing, it's a good thing. Source isn't warm. Energy is energy. And if we're both energies, we don't feel that. As the 3D person, you may get connected to Source and go, oh my gosh, I feel this warmth. I may feel cold. Someone over there may get sweaty. Every one of us on this journey is going to feel something different. It's not right, it's not bad. I don't make fun of your feelings, emotions. I would hope nobody would make fun of mine. If you do, so be it. because on my journey, I have no room, no space, no time to hate you for the things you say or do. Because I know I can either accept it or reject it. I can either accept my fate of having no money, no job, no love, or I could change that. And go out and do something. When people say to me, well, Larry, I'm trying everything I possibly can to find love in my life, or I go out, I'm doing all these things, I pray every day. Listen, so did I. So did I. The funky part about that is that I was going about it all the wrong way. Praying about it. And I'm trying to figure out how to turn this light off because my eyes are just like blinded by this light on this camera. But anyways, the journey of love, the journey of this perpetual state that we're in, when we're trying to find our truth. Everybody struggles with saying, oh my God, what is my purpose in life? What is my purpose in life? Well, guess what? When you ask that question, when you say to yourself, I'm willing to get to that next level, Source, I'm ready. I'm tired of being a dodger, or dodging, they call it in England, right? Dodging, dogging, I don't know. It's where you go around and you just sleep with a bunch of people of unknown origin. That's not love. In fact, that's self-inflicted pain. That's saying, guess what? I want nothing but low vibrational energy in my life. Do you think they're happy? For the moment they're having that sexual encounter, absolutely they're happy. It lasts for about that long. And then they go home in a self-loathing environment and cuddle up with a bottle of booze or something else, or a drug, to take away that hurt, that pain, that loneliness. When people cry out and say, oh, I'm not happy and I'm so sad, I lost my loved one, well, two different types of losses. One, when they move on to the next level, they move on to Source, go back to Source. Versus someone who says, oh, this guy left me for some other person, my life is a ruin, I just want to cut my wrist and throw myself into the depths, I'm going to get drunk every day, every night. Please, sing that song to yourself. There's no room here for that. There's no source, no sense of kindness, forgiveness that allows for you to exist where people are ascending. I don't say that to be harmful or hateful. I say that because you're better than that. You're better than that. If you're at a 5 and feel all these things and sadness about a person here on earth in the 3D, need someone to hold your hand when you go to bed at night, someone to kiss, you have a lot of work to do. You won't see ones. You'll keep experiencing the same vicious cycle over and over and over again until you turn yourself over. That's what relationships here on earth in the 3D are supposed to be. Sorry, I'm going to get back into my yoga pose here because I'm just... Love, and I'm looking at you right now in the eyes. Love, real love, is not being angry when someone does something horrific to you. It's not cursing at the Asian lady who doesn't know how to drive and cuts you off on the freeway, and you say, oh my gosh, all Asians can't drive. Or, oh my gosh, another black person stole something. Figures it's a black person or a white person. He's a racist. They're a racist. They have to be, they're white. Heads exploding. Did I buy into all that minutia? Absolutely. Absolutely. The second I decided to go on this journey with all of you, with a vision of love and light, that all changed. Again, when we talk about relationships here, we talk about wanting something here on earth. That's perfectly fine. But be happy with what you have today, right now, today. Say to yourself, I'm happy right now, today, with everything in my life, just the way it is. If nothing changed other than my spiritual ascension to Source, then I would be happy. Then Source will open the door for you to have something else. But every day, if you keep going, complaining, saying, well, Lawrence, or whatever reader, everybody keeps telling me it's going to change, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. Has any reader ever said, it's a lie? It's a lie. I'm here to tell you today, until you learn to accept everything that's in your life the way it is right now, you'll get nothing else. You may take 2 steps forwards, you'll go back 10. People go, well, why do I keep having so many relationships? Why does nothing stick? Unequal yoked energies. We're always attracted to people that are less vibrational energy than we are. You know why? Because it's easy to accept them. It's easy to drop down from an 8 to a 3 because life is normal there. It's normal. You go on about your daily grind over and over again till your energy source dies. And then you know where I told you where you go. You don't go to Source. You don't get to experience that. You wait around in the 4D waiting for somebody else to come down to pick you up, if they come. We call that purgatory. I'm not here to preach religion, regardless of the kind or type. I'll still go to church on Sunday. I'll go to Mass. I'll pray. But at the end of the day, that's just for me to be able to connect with people who like talking about the same things, that share the idealistic opinions of virtue, of integrity that I do. But all that's falling by the wayside for me. You know why? Because I stopped judging people. I stopped saying, oh my gosh, what that person's doing over there is horrible. What that woman over there is doing is just absurd. When you learn to truly accept the energy, the infinite wisdom that Source will give you will just be a ball of bliss. To truly accept people, whether they're 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 10s, is the best gift you'll give yourself. That's when Source knows you're ready. When you stop judging and saying, oh my gosh, did you see the way that person cooked that? I would have never done that. How many times do you say things like, oh my God, did you see that person over there? Oh my gosh. I heard a horror story. I don't mean horror as in horrific. I mean horrible. Horror as in horrible. Let me clarify. A person called a reader fat. She's probably one of the most beautiful readers I've ever met. And if she's fat, I'm a pig, a cow. But even regardless of size, Imagine the energy that it took to create those words of hate. Imagine the energy expended by that individual to say those words. To be able to say that in a forum, just so everybody on YouTube could see it. This poor woman, and her name is Dana, felt she had to defend herself, showing pictures and everything else. And I know why she did it. She had no reason to. Accepting, as I do here. I've had people say some horrific stuff. I let them post it. I don't care. YouTube actually sent me an email saying, guess what? We're going to stop letting people, and this was just a few days ago, we're going to stop letting people say egregious things. And I don't get many people saying or doing those kind of things. Actually, most people on this channel, on our tribe, are very loving, compassionate, very genuine people. And for that, I'm grateful. For that, you should be grateful. These are the kind of people we want to continue to bring to our tribe. You know what's funny? We talk about not having love or not having relationships, but I beg to differ. We've created over 2,300 relationships amongst us where there's love and compassion. There's no judgment, at least not from me. I know that from a lot of most of you, always saying to everybody else, love and light to the Libras. Well, let's not just keep that to the Libras. Love and light to everyone, every sign, because Source doesn't care about astrology. Cares less. Cares less that there was never an astrology reader ever. Doesn't care a shit shinola from a Libra to a Capricorn to a Sagittarius to a Taurus. Nor does he classify anybody except levels of energy. As you progress through those levels of energy from a 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you have to go through every step because those are the valuable lessons. If you started at 60, started at 70 years old, started at 20, it doesn't matter when you started. Some people will start the journey, then they'll stop and go, oh my God, it's too hard. No one around me loves me anymore. Nobody cares about me. Nobody believes in what I believe in. I'm ostracized. Jesus was not only ostracized, he was killed. Does it make him wrong? Absolutely not. Is he was Source? Absolutely. In fact, people say that Jesus was a son of God. No, he was a son of Source. Any research that you ever do, there was no mention of the name of a God who sat on a cloud in a throne. Jesus never said the word God. Source is our Father. Source created us down to the absolute exact DNA. Jesus was the only person who ever followed from 0 to 10. When I say he came back to life, wow, interesting. To be here one day dead and back the next, and 3 days later. Jesus, at that point in time, was not of the 3D dimension. He was here in the 3D, in a 6th dimensional, 7th dimensional, 8th dimensional form, in a way that we would recognize him, because the Hebrews call Source, as I told you before, Elohim. For all you Jewish people out there, please let me know. Elohim, or Adonai, which means no name. It was, you never mention his name, because there is no name. Why would you call Source God? That'd be like me calling you Fred when your name is Elizabeth. The lesson for today in this Pillow Talk session In order to have a good, loving relationship with a man or woman or another woman or another man, regardless of your sexual prowess or conviction, it's energy. That person's energy. It's not a man, female. It's energy. There's no gay or anything else. There's a cell phone that wants to make silly noise, but to love someone here in the 3D is to throw away everything that you've learned up until now. Wipe it clean. Wipe it clean. If you're in a relationship where somebody talks down to you all the time, leave. That's part of being part of the higher energy level. You have the cognitive ability, the sense that allows you to elevate yourself in that. It doesn't mean you have to say harsh words. And when people say, oh my gosh, this person left, who cares? Maybe that's the spiritual journey they're on. I have no love of loss. You go, well, Lawrence, that's of course. You have no loss of love for this person that you claim that you love. Yeah, I have no love of loss. Here are the words I said. I have no love of loss. Wow, that's a big word. No love of loss. What I have at a higher vibrational state that I want to operate in, I have value for that person's journey wherever it may be, wherever it may lead them. It's not our roles to choose or guide or say, you belong to me, you're supposed to be with me, or otherwise my energy is blah. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And you people out there who claim to be of some higher spiritual level people, and yet you go behind closed doors and do dirty work. You go behind closed doors and sabotage YouTube sites or give thumbs down or say bad things, or people call people fat. Go behind your closed doors. I'll remove you from ours. And the universe will know your name, just as I do. Love people, please. Everyone, love people. And Source will give you all the love that you can handle. And in fact, when you get past the 3, which is I'm aware that I can do these things, be a part of this bigger picture, and get to the 4, and people, if you're seeing 4 111s, the chances that you seeing 111s are probably just mystically misfortunate unless you've seen the 111s. You have to progress through every single step. Don't cheat yourself by saying, guess what? I'm going to go from a 0 to a 10 today. It ain't going to happen. You'll be back at a 0 again, because guess what? You missed all the steps in between. How can you love the person that you're lying next to right now, honestly and openly, unless you can love that person for all the shitty things you say they are or do? And why would you be with them if they're all these things? If they're such a low vibrational people? People do not judge people. People do not judge people's levels of energy. Either accept everyone or accept no one. How can you choose which one of Source's energies? You can choose not to align yourself with that energy, but how are you to judge? No more than I can. I'm going to be doing some readings, another Libra reading, card reading here pretty soon. I'll be doing it from my meditational spot. But I'm sending you all love and light, and I hope that we can continue these pillow talks where we share. Please provide comments. Please subscribe. It's odd, you know what? I find people that come on our site that watch me talk to you and go back and open up sites. What a catastrophe. How dare they? Notice I'm smiling. How dare you not? Do I care? No. truth is the truth. As long as you share the truth, my greatest passion will be for you. My greatest hopes will be for you to succeed. Sending you love and light, hopes and dreams, that you receive all your wishes and wants. My name is Lawrence, the Blue-Dyed Emperor. Until next time.